This is Scott Kaplan and Crew Tonight. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and Crew show on the mightier 1090 AM ESPN Radio. SoCal Sports Talk. Here's Scott Kaplan, Alex Padilla, and John Browner.
Hold on. I gotta write down the time for Gary. Okay. Here we go. All right, great friends. What's happening? Today is Tuesday. It is January 31st. This is Kaplan and Crew with Grande and the Brown Man. And we come to you from the 7 Mile Casino Studios, 7milecasino.com. All right, so listen, if you would have said to me 2 weeks ago, in fact, if you would have said to me on Saturday of this past weekend, hey, next year, who's the quarterback of the 49ers? My answer would have been Brock Purdy. But with what happened to Purdy in the NFC Championship game, Browner, this is going to be perfect for you. You've been saying all year, go back to Trey Lance. And now with Purdy being hurt, and he's going to need like 6 months of rehab and whatever else they got to do for a torn UCL. I don't even know what a UCL is. But now...
Ulnar collateral ligament.
Wait, what is it called?
Ulnar collateral ligament in your elbow.
Collateral ligament.
I would need to confirm, but I'm pretty sure that's the thing that pitchers have Tommy John for.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So when I saw the play in the game,
I just screamed out Tommy John and my mic was off.
Nice. Is it
Cool.
You're good now?
Yeah, I think so. If you can hear me, yeah. Because I was like, you guys were talking, I was like Tommy John.
Yeah.
And you kept talking, I'm like Tommy John. Like, oh wait, my mic's off.
So the thing is that if this kid Brock Purdy, and let's just recap real quick. 7th round draft choice, last pick of the draft. Brown, are you drinking a Mountain Dew?
Oh, you can see me. Yeah, I am.
Oh, really?
Yes, yes, sir.
I thought Mountain Dew was done.
With what?
I thought there was no more Mountain Dew.
Was there a shortage?
No, I thought they changed the name. Oh, look at Browner. He got a 6-pack, a 12-pack of Mountain Dew. When'd you buy that?
What's today? Today's Tuesday, Saturday.
Okay. I'll be curious to see in a few weeks if you can buy any more Mountain Dew. Because I think they changed the name of Mountain Dew. No, seriously, work with me on this. I think they changed the name of Mountain Dew. As a matter of fact, I want to say during one of the games, the AFC game or the NFC game, I think I saw a commercial for the new brand of Mountain Dew, or they've rebranded. Is Mountain Dew a Pepsi or a Coke product?
Pepsi, I think.
All right, so you don't even know.
Let me see. It is doesn't say.
Really?
So it's probably Pepsi. If it doesn't say, it's probably Pepsi.
I'm like almost sure I heard this story that Mountain Dew is now like being replaced by some other name of some other soda.
Mountain Dew is one of the greatest recognizable brands on the planet. I don't think it would be smart to change that.
No?
It's like Meta.
I'm not seeing anything at all about Mountain Dew name change.
Oh, here it
It's
is.
like
I think
Facebook going to Meta. Like, what's the point?
Here it is. Let me see if I can find it. Let me see. Here it is. Oh, you know what? My B. It's Sierra Mist that's getting knocked out.
Oh yeah.
Sierra Mist.
Nobody likes you anyways.
Ain't nobody drinking that anyway, man.
Here it is.
You fake Sprite.
Here it is. Sierra Mist is being sidelined again. Pepsi's new contender in the lemon lime soda wars is Starry. So they've changed. They've gotten rid of Sierra Mist, and now a new beverage called Starry, Starry, is, I guess, Pepsi's answer to Sprite.
Already
really?
hate it. Already hate it. So because it's Sprite, you're gonna call it Starry. Like, what are you doing? Who works at Pepsi that sat in a room and said Starry's the name?
Yeah, I don't like the name.
Come on.
Pepsi says Starry is different. It's fruitier and more aromatic than Sierra Mist.
Mm-hmm.
The caffeine-free drink comes in regular and sugar-free versions. It will be available this week in grocery stores, and that was January 11th, so it's already out.
Okay. So I don't really drink Mountain Dew, and I don't even really drink Sprite.
This looks like a worse imitation of Sprite.
It does, huh? Look at Browner. He got 2 Mountain Dews. Yeah. Well, yeah, but the only place I would ever get Sierra Mist would be in Jersey Mike's, because I would go into a Jersey Mike's, right? And I'd be like, hey, I'm ordering a sandwich. Hey, can I get a water cup? And then I get a water cup, And then, on the fountain, there's Coke, Diet Coke, whatever the drinks are, Dr. Pepper and whatever. And then they would have Sierra Mist, or they'd have soda water, or, you just push the button for regular tap water. And I'm one of those people that gets the water cup and puts like Sprite or Sierra Mist into the water cup. So it looks like it's water, even though it's a little bubbly.
Come on, bro.
What?
Come on, what you
You
doing?
might be
man?
pouring this
What you
in at
doing? You
Jersey
can't-
Mike's then. Because
Sorry,
if you got to
man.
deal with Pepsi, like you're just gonna get what Pepsi gives you.
Mhm.
That's why there's certain restaurants that are
Right.
Pepsi, certain restaurants that are Coke,
Right.
and then that's why if you have Pepsi, they only have Sierra Mist. So now Jersey Mike's might only have Starry.
Does Jersey Mike's, I want to make sure I got it right. Does Jersey Mike's have Coke or Pepsi? Do you have any idea? Do you guys recall?
Well, if you didn't, no, they have Pepsi. They have Pepsi. I remember
Okay.
buying a bottle of Pepsi
Yeah.
there.
It's blue.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Sierra Mist, I don't really drink soda that often, but if I'm in a Jersey Mike's and I'm going to get a water cup, if I don't want water, I might go, I just need a little something sweet, So I would use the clear liquid soda. And I was like, the Sierra Mist, pretty good. I like it. I like Sierra Mist. So now I guess they're getting rid of Sierra Mist and they're turning it into Starry.
Looks like that's done. That's happened.
Yeah.
And not getting.
Yeah.
They did. Apparently, if
Right.
it's on the internet.
Jersey Mike sounds pretty damn good right now. Doesn't it?
Look what you're doing.
I know. Well, I've started a new diet now. I've started a new diet.
I'm going to drinks at this moment
Yeah.
on Jersey Mike's. I'm trying to see what they got.
Mm-hmm.
All they have is Pepsi Zero. That can't be right.
That's disgusting.
That's maybe a different location, but ugh. How you only gonna have Pepsi Zero as an option?
I know, right?
We talk a lot about Jersey Mike's.
I like Jersey Mike's.
I think we all
No ad money here. What's going on?
I know, right?
We
I know.
all love Jersey Mike's.
I know. I gotta get Jersey Mike's to start spending some money. I think like Adrian Gonzalez owns like I don't know how many Jersey Mike's here in San Diego. We got to get Adrian to put some money behind this thing.
If you go to
Some-
the Mission
at least some
Valley,
free
Mission
sandwiches.
Valley Jersey Mike's, it is Pepsi, Pepsi Zero, Mountain Dew, Diet Pepsi, or Starry. Those are your options.
Aha.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yep.
Terrible name.
Starry, terrible name.
I don't know what it tastes like, but that's a pretty bad name.
Yep, I agree.
Like,
All
are
right,
you
so
hoping people just think it's Sprite? Is that
Right.
is that what-
Yeah.
That's kind of like what they did.
Like,
That's-
it's closer.
Right.
That's funny.
It's close to Sprite. It's not Sierra
Yeah.
Mist because that's long and that doesn't sound like Sprite. Starry sounds like Sprite. Like, what do you do? Oh my God.
I don't feel like Starry sounds like Sprite, really.
I don't think so either, but I don't understand.
I guarantee you, it's some kind of brain trick that they put a lot of research in and market development to go, what sounds like Sprite? That doesn't sound like Sprite. Starry.
Well, this whole conversation began when Browner was drinking a Mountain Dew, and I was just kind of getting into Brock Purdy. And here's what I was saying about Brock Purdy. I'll try and bring it back. So if this past Saturday before the NFC Championship game, you would have said to me, hey, who do you think is the starting quarterback of the Niners going forward? I would have said to you, I think Brock Purdy's their guy. I think that they drafted Trey Lance in the first round. He was a project the entire time because he played at a small school and because he really didn't have a lot of experience. His resume was very limited. So, Browner, you actually said something very smart about Brock Purdy a few weeks ago, which was there's so much film on Brock Purdy that it actually hurt him. Like as a guy who was a 4-year starter at Iowa State, there's 12 games a year, there's 50 games of his career. And people are like, all right, we've seen him. He had a really nice career, So Brock Purdy was a guy that no one ever really was going to give a chance to. Great college career. When I say great, I mean, I didn't watch him at Iowa State. Did you guys watch him at Iowa State?
Nope.
Yeah. So, but Browner, I thought your point was well made. There's so many games to pick apart, whereas Trey Lance is a guy, North Dakota State. Do you guys remember what the total of games was when he came into the NFL? There was always this conversation, like he'd only played in like 8 games in his whole career, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, see, I thought it was like 13, but I think 13 was Mitch Trubisky. Somebody played 13. I think it was, because I think Trey Lance was single digits.
So the whole point is, it's like, okay, look, see this guy Trey Lance right here? He's got speed, he's got arm strength, but we don't really know what he can be because he comes from a smaller school and we just see all the talent, but we don't have 25 games on the guy. Brock Purdy, you had 50 games on the guy. So here's what I'm getting at. I think Saturday of this past weekend, if you would have asked me who's the quarterback of the Niners next year, I'd say Brock Purdy. They got lucky. Unlucky with Trey Lance to get hurt. Lucky with Brock Purdy to have led them to the NFC Championship game in his rookie season as Mr. Irrelevant. But now, with this injury to his elbow, I would say this, Browner, everything you've been saying all year about Trey Lance coming back as the starting quarterback of the Niners, I would think, let's see, we're in January, February, March, April, May, June, July. Purdy's not going to be healthy, ready to start throwing, essentially. They call it a 6-month injury. So, I mean, you're going to be going to training camp. I don't know, is Trey Lance going back in as the starter to training camp? Is Brock Purdy going in as a starter? Is there an open competition?
Brock Purdy's going to just start throwing when camp opens up. So the part where he would have been able to solidify the job and make a massive jump is in rookie camp and mini camps and things of that nature. Now he's going to lose the entire offseason while Trey Lance will be then get healthy now doing all those things. And then everything they loved about Trey Lance will be right in front of them again. And they'll be like, yeah, nope. This is the guy. This is the guy.
I stand by my comment that they need to stop lollygagging around with their quarterback position. It is the one thing holding them back from winning a Super Bowl. That is the one thing that holding him back of winning a Super Bowl. And don't act like you were all in on Brock Purdy, Browner. You can't be because you didn't pick the Niners because it was Brock Purdy. So I'm saying,
what you doing?
I'm just saying, you can be a believer in Trey Lance, but because you've already said that. But I'm not a believer in Trey Lance. I'm not a believer in Brock Purdy. I think that the 49ers need to stop messing around at the quarterback position, go get an established veteran good one, a.k.a. Tom Brady, and just be done with it.
Okay, so now let me ask you a couple of questions.
Go ahead, ask.
If it's Tom Brady, and it's for both of y'all, I think that's the worst answer because what are he going to give you? 2 years? Max?
That's all they got. They're in a window right now. Going back to Trey Lance, you don't know.
If you give Tom Brady that job, now you've done 2 years max, and these will probably be the back end of his 2 years. So it'll look more like Tampa than it will like New England or the start of Tampa. If you go somewhere else, you might as well stick with what you got because he was drafted as high as he was for a reason. If you go to Derek Carr, who knows?
Oh, no.
If you go back to Jimmy Garoppolo, who knows?
No.
Like Trey Lance is there for a reason.
Yeah, Trey Lance, the reason he's there is because of what we're talking about. A minimal number of college games at a smaller school. So you're projecting what he might ultimately be in the NFL. And if you're right, you found a gem. And still a first-round pick, but, your scouting department did a good enough job to go small school, limited resume. This guy becomes a star. But Trey Lance has yet to become a star, mostly because of injury. Who knows? We don't know what kind of performance he would have. I agree with you, Alex. If I were the 49ers, I would go get a Tom Brady right now. Brady would probably love to finish his career playing for his hometown team. And Browner, what you say about Tom Brady is what you're going to get from him. Well, listen.
Top 5 stats across the board.
Say it one more time.
Top 5 stats across the board this year in Tampa.
Exactly what I was going to tell you is that if you go look at Brady's numbers this year, you may think to yourself, well, what did the Buccaneers do? Nothing. They made it to the playoffs. They won a division, terrible division. They didn't have a great record. They're not that good. New head coach.
Okay.
One of the worst head coaches in the league.
Let me pose a second question to you, gentlemen.
Yes.
When Tom Brady went to Tampa, he literally got to do everything he wanted with that offense.
Mm-hmm.
Kyle Shanahan runs that offense. If Kyle Shanahan brings in Tom Brady's going to be running that offense, not Kyle Shanahan. And so the things that have made Kyle Shanahan's name and the things that have made him great, he won't be able to use them anymore because he'll have to cater to Tom Brady because that's the way Tom Brady succeeds. Tom Brady to learn an entirely new offense?
I think going into Tampa and going into San Francisco is two very different things. You're going into a team.
Me too. That's what I'm saying.
No, but I'm saying is I think Tom Brady realizes that. I think the reason that Tampa let him do that is because they needed someone to guide them, to direct them to be a championship team. we're in San Francisco. I don't think they need that. He knows that. He's not stupid enough to you guys were terrible without me. Here's what we're going to do. I think that's the thing is people may not even agree with me because Brock Purdy did go undefeated. So maybe they should go back to Brock Purdy, or maybe Trey Lance could do what Brock Purdy did, but better. I don't freaking know. I'm just telling you that the Niners have been good for about 4 straight years, and their biggest issue has been quarterback. That's what I'm telling you. Trey Lance gets hurt all the time. You're just going to assume he's going to be there again?
Well, but hold on. Let's just talk about one other thing Browner said, which is when Brady went to Tampa, it was the Brady offense. Whereas if he were to go to San Francisco, he could not do that there. And I say it like that for this reason, Browner. You said, well, Kyle Shanahan, it's his offense. Brady's not going to walk in and say to the head coach, hey, coach, I know you've been really super successful all these years, but now we do it my way because I've got 7 Super Bowl rings. I would think that Tom Brady would be saying it like this. I got a couple of years left, probably a year or two. The idea of playing for my hometown team sounds really good. Kyle Shanahan is considered one of the better head coaches in the NFL and certainly one of the better offensive minds in the NFL. Let's collaborate. Let's take what I have. Let's take what you have. Let's put these two things together and let's go win a Super Bowl. I don't think Brady is so egotistical to walk through the door and go, yeah, it's either my way or I don't come here. I don't think that.
Totally disagree. I totally disagree. That's why he went to Tampa, because he was able to do his offense and for them to load that team up with as many weapons as they could possibly get. I think that you're going to put yourself, if you're Kyle Shanahan, Tom Brady can come in and throw his rings on the table and then also look at you and go, yeah, remember you were up on me in the Super Bowl and I came back and beat you? Yeah, I remember you on that sideline. I'm the captain now. Look at me. I'm the captain now. No, bro.
I really don't think so, man. I know we don't agree on this, and we're not going to, but I don't think Tom Brady is so egotistical that he would walk through the door and go, hey, look, Kyle, I know you've been a really good head coach here for all these years, and you guys have been to 2 NFC championship games, but the thing is, you guys haven't won a Super Bowl. I've got 7 of them. So if you want me, I will come because I want to play here for the Niners because I want to come to my hometown team, but you do things my way, coach. In fact, you call me coach.
Hey, listen.
I just think if you're looking at teams that need a quarterback, Tom Brady can go to Vegas and do what you're saying, Browner, and not win the Super Bowl. Or he can go to San Francisco, collaborate with Kyle Shanahan, and probably be in the Super Bowl or very damn near close to it. I'm not saying it's a guarantee, you never know, but I don't know what other options are out there where Tom Brady's going to go because someone desperately needs because they think they're that close. I don't think there's a team out there besides. He's not going to go to Indy.
Tennessee?
He's not going to go to Indy.
No.
Tennessee's close.
I don't think he's going to go to Tennessee. I don't think he's going to go to Tennessee.
He's not going to Tennessee.
I think that there's 2 places that Tom Brady could land, and that's Vegas or San Francisco. And if I was Tom Brady, what do I want to do for the next years? Run it my way again and maybe win, or just go to San Francisco, the best team, a very young, good team, and just go win a Super Bowl?
Is there any chance Tom Brady and Bill Belichick could reunite for the end of both of their careers?
Talk about somebody who would just be able to run my own offense.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because if I were Tom Brady,
because there's reports now that Matt Patricia was the one thrown under the bus by Bill Belichick, but it was so bad that Bill Belichick was calling offensive plays last year. That has been reported, and he did not know what to do, and it was just a disaster there last year. So if that's what Brady wants, he can go back there and be the savior, because the Patriots were a decent team, kind of. They were 8-8, 9-8.
Yep.
But
that's what he wants.
But I do wonder.
3 wins.
I do wonder though if the Patriots as an organization and Robert Kraft and Bill Belichick sit down and they go, "Why did we ever do this?" Bill Belichick and Robert Kraft could look at Tom Brady and go, "It's been 3 years. He left 3 years ago. We thought he was done. He left and won a Super Bowl. He's been in the playoffs every year since he's been in Tampa. You remember last year it was the divisional round they lost to the Rams." And then this year they lost early in the playoffs because they weren't very good. So if you're Bill Belichick and Robert Kraft, you're like, why did we let him walk
Browner,
3 years ago?
I know you're a believer in Trey Lance, so you'd rather have Trey than Tom Brady. Would you rather have Mac Jones or Tom Brady?
Tom Brady in that offense, at that organization, Tom Brady, hands down. and Mac Jones can learn from him. And that's the type of person who can come in the building, and Mac Jones won't, cause any ruffle no feathers. This is Tom Brady's organization, and the fact that he just came home would be a great story for the organization and for the NFL.
We all agree that he's playing next year too. Yeah, we're not even talking about the fact that he could be in the Fox
he's
booth
playing
next
for
year.
sure.
Okay.
And I'll tell you this: if he were to go to San Francisco, he would be a great tutor or mentor to Brock Purdy. And then San Francisco could go out and take Trey Lance and see what they could get for him and add to their team.
We already know Trey wants to go to Tennessee, Browner. Let's not forget that.
Listen, that's true. That appears to be true.
Yeah.
So if they get rid of Trey Lance to bring in Tom Brady so he can mentor Brock Purdy, who has he mentored that worked out? Like, he hated Jimmy Garoppolo, ran him out of town.
Really?
Like,
he did?
He doesn't like backups. Oh, it's well documented that Tom Brady did not like Jimmy Garoppolo because Bill Belichick wanted to go to him because he was a cheaper, younger version.
All right. Well, hold that thought for a second. We'll keep it going. It is interesting to have this conversation before the Super Bowl of who is going to land where. And speaking of the Super Bowl, the original odds, the first odds are out. And I don't know if everybody's going to be surprised by who's favored. We'll get there next. We're in the 7 Mile Casino Studios here on Kaplan and Crew.
You're watching Kaplan and Crew Tonight, powered by the mightier 1090 AM, ESPN Radio, and Your View, featuring the best sports talk in SoCal. Brought to you by MedCline. Sleep better, feel better, live better.
Dominating the SoCal radio airwaves for over 20 years. Join Scott Kaplan, Alex Padilla, and John Browner for Kaplan and Crew every Monday through Friday, 3 to 6 p.m. Only on the mightier 1090 ESPN Radio, SoCal Sports Talk, and the mightier1090.com.
At Shelter to Soldier, being a private nonprofit, we rely on the community. Thankfully, we have sponsors like the Barnes firm that get behind us.
We understand the difficulties that many of our veterans face when they come back into civilian life. And this program just seemed like the perfect fit.
Today we're catching up with Barney. He is now in our matching phase of our program. He is meeting eligible veterans in what we call speed dating.
How's it going?
So we have just recently approved 5 new veterans for our program. So Barney will be meeting every single one of them to see if he is the perfect match for them.
Barney's perfect date would be a nice long walk on the beach, and then he would like to end the night with a nice dinner with his veteran.
We got to find the right person for the right dog.
When someone you know has COPD, chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, things can progress very quickly, making them feel hopeless. But it doesn't have to be like this.
See, Mom, this place is going to be great for you. They're going to help you breathe better.
Pulmonary rehabilitation at La Mesa Rehab focuses on patient education and training. We use special therapies to improve your lungs, clear out mucus, and keep you out of the hospital. Pulmonary rehab is Medicare approved. Call now to see if you qualify or ask your doctor about La Mesa Rehab today.
Since 1975, San Diegans have trusted the Murray-Lampert family for their home remodeling projects. We continue our commitment to deliver high-quality home remodeling and construction to our customers without an expensive showroom.
When you're adding companion units or ADUs to bring value to your home, our team has the experience to handle everything. Plus, our strong relationships with the city makes adding on easier for homeowners.
Visit murraylampert.com for your consultation.
Surf Soccer has been around for over 30 years. We're based here in San Diego, but we are the premier national youth sports brand in soccer. Our mission is to create experiences and opportunities for kids, and we do that here mostly in San Diego with our 1,000 kids, but we also do it through our events where we really help kids chase their dreams.
PNC Bank's sponsorship helps the kids here. One, it is to continue to help fund facilities like this where the kids can come play soccer. Two, it is really through our scholarship program. There are a lot of kids in San Diego that have incredible levels of talent, but they can't afford to play on a team like Surf. And so a lot of our sponsorship dollars go back into scholarships to give an opportunity for kids who are low to moderate income to play on one of the elite teams in the U.S.
Having a partner like PNC who is community oriented and cares about the development of youth in the community is amazing because our missions are completely aligned and we're both driven by helping develop kids, and in this case through sport in San Diego.
You're watching Kaplan and Crew Tonight, powered by the mightier 1090 AM, ESPN Radio, and Your View, featuring the best sports talk in SoCal. Brought to you by MedCline. Sleep better, feel better, live better.
Listen to the Mike Greenberg Show, 7 to 9 a.m. Pacific, Monday through Friday. Greeny brings his unmatched depth of sports knowledge, fun, and entertainment back to ESPN on a daily basis. The mightier 1090 ESPN Radio, SoCal Sports Talk, and the mightier1090.com. We'll be right back with more of Scott Kaplan and Crew Tonight. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and Crew Show on the mightier 1090 AM, ESPN Radio, SoCal Sports Talk.
Hey, everybody, it's Scott Kaplan from Kaplan and Crew. And with me right now is Rick Slider. He's the CEO of MedCline, which, by the way, is a pillow that is going to change your life. You have no idea what I'm talking about, but I'm telling you right now. Rick, how you doing, man? Where do we find you today?
Scott, great to talk to you. I'm in sunny San Diego, a place you're pretty familiar with.
Yeah, I'm glad it's sunny out. I see the Padres stuff right over your head. That looks pretty cool. And some Beastie Boys. You got some cool stuff behind you.
We had a different sports team up on the wall for a while that had to be taken down, say half dozen years ago. But the Padres still flies prominently on the wall.
I love it, man. Hey, if you could, while we have this time together, can you tell everybody the backstory of MedCline and how you guys have become such a big San Diego company selling all over the world, and what the deal is with the MedCline systems?
Sure. MedCline started here in San Diego, started by a radiologist whose primary practice was at UCSD. And he was a longtime sufferer of heartburn and acid reflux. Tried everything, tried diet changes, was taking medication, proton pump inhibitors or PPIs that a lot of people take. But he was looking for a natural way to reduce his heartburn symptoms. And he found through trial and error that when he slept in an incline and when he slept on his side, his heartburn and acid reflux symptoms would dissipate. Because he's a doctor, he wanted to make sure that this just wasn't by chance. And so he set up some clinical studies using a system that he designed and patented. We got clinical trial results, found that there was a strong reduction in the esophageal acid that would take place during the night, reducing his symptoms. And with that, decided to create a product called MedCline and commercialized it a few years ago. And that is really how our company began, with his personal desire to stop his heartburn and reflux symptoms.
That's amazing. It really is amazing. Like when you have something wrong, you're like, I'm going to fix this problem. But you know what's amazing to me is that acid reflux is a problem that obviously a lot of people have. But for me, I have shoulder pain, chronic shoulder pain from the way I sleep, because I sleep with my arm over my head and then my pillow in between. So when I got my first MedCline, I didn't realize there's the reflux relief pillow, but there's the shoulder relief pillow. And it's completely changed everything for me. My shoulder pain has gone so far down because I'm no longer sleeping like this. I'm like underneath. And tell me about the shoulder pillow, please.
Sure. First of all, I'm so glad to hear that it's working for you. That's fantastic. Secondly, as we brought MedCline to the marketplace, we found that there were a number of individuals that benefited from therapeutic side sleeping beyond just those suffering from heartburn or GERD. And the primary use is for shoulder pain. And the reason I think people like you have been so comfortable with the MedCline is because of our patented arm pocket. When you try and sleep on your side and you have shoulder pain, you run the risk of your shoulder getting frozen, exacerbating pain that you might be feeling, whether it's due to rotator cuff, general shoulder soreness. And so our incline has a patented arm pocket that allows you to either rest comfortably on your elbow or to slide through, sounds like what you do, slide your arm through the system so you can stay at an elevation and sleep comfortably on your side throughout the night. And today, here in 2023, our shoulder product is actually our top seller. It surpassed those that suffer from heartburn and acid reflux, simply because there's more people with shoulder injuries across the country. And we're glad that we're able to help you out.
It's awesome. Hey, we don't have a lot of time, but in the last minute, would you just tell everybody how the MedCline products, though, have gone viral, particularly on TikTok? Just give us like a 30 or 60 seconds about what has happened.
You know, I'd love to say that I'm a marketing genius here, Scott, but really it's just about excited consumers sharing the benefits they get of MedCline. And it's amazing what happens when people finally can get a good night's sleep, how they're so excited to share that information. And recently, we've always been a part of social media, but recently we've kind of found a niche within TikTok. I didn't know that healthy sleep TikTok was a subgenre, but it really is. And with a few different posts, we've seen over just in the last 30 days, over 10 million people exposed to our MedCline products. So we're excited about the virality that this has created. I think it's in part because we have a 95% customer satisfaction rate. We know we can help people get a good night's sleep. It does take a while to adjust and sleep differently. But we're excited to see kind of the viral nature of our product grow, and we're excited to help out as many customers as possible.
It's awesome. I want to encourage everybody who's watching right now, go to medcline.com, medcline.com, look at the different products, know you're supporting a San Diego company, and I encourage everybody, sleep better with our friends from MedCline.
Drivers are getting in accidents at a rate we've never seen before, jumping 18% since 2020. There are higher incidents of speeding and more aggressive driving since the pandemic began. Please slow down and drive safely. It can save a life.
An ADU is accessory dwelling unit, and it's become one of the most popular solutions to housing in the United States. We constructed this to provide housing for my mother, who is elderly.
Well, I wanted to downsize. At my age, that's what I wanted to do. Eric engaged the services of Murray Lambert, a top building company.
This is an 825 square foot structure, but it actually looks more like 1,000 because of the spatial considerations. Micah was great. He took the ball and ran with it and came up with this really great combination.
It always appealed to me, high ceilings. It gives a sense of space, of openness, and I like that. Oh, I would give this experience a 10 for sure. Plus, 10 plus.
From fitness to medical technology, explore how people are leading healthier lives on Your Health. Join Erica Cardenas as she introduces you to health experts and discover how our daily choices affect her well-being. Plus, learn simple tips for healthier living. Your Health, Sunday at 4:30 p.m. on YourView and YourView.com. Brought to you by La Mesa Rehab, improving the lives of those with all types of lung disease and long COVID symptoms.
Surf soccer has been around for over 30 years. We're based here in San Diego, but we are the premier national youth sports brand in soccer. Our mission is to create experiences and opportunities for kids, and we do that here mostly in San Diego with our 1,000 kids, but we also do it through our events where we really help kids chase their dreams.
PNC Bank sponsorship helps the kids here. One, it is to continue to help fund facilities like this where the kids can come play soccer. Two, it is really through our scholarship program. There are a lot of kids in San Diego that have incredible levels of talent, but they can't afford to play on a team like Surf. And so a lot of our sponsorship dollars go back into scholarships to give an opportunity for kids who are low to moderate income to play on one of the elite teams in the U.S.
Having a partner like PNC who is community oriented and cares about the development of youth in the community is amazing because our missions are completely aligned and we're both driven by helping develop kids, and in this case through sport in San Diego.
At the Barnes firm, we're seeing more pedestrian and bicycle accidents. Drivers are rolling through red lights, and distracted driving makes every intersection a danger zone for pedestrians. Look both ways when crossing, even if you have the right of way.
Welcome back. This is Scott Kaplan and Crew Tonight. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and Crew show on the mightier 1090 AM ESPN Radio. SoCal Sports Talk. Here's Scott Kaplan, John Browner, and Alex Padilla.
All right, everybody, what's going on? Hey, it's Kaplan and Crew with Grande and the Brown Man. We're coming to you from the 7 Mile Casino Studios, 7milecasino.com. What a great place to play cards. If you love blackjack and poker and pie gow and table games, if you love Sammy's Woodfire Pizza, Sammy's Restaurant and Bar, it's all just 7 minutes south of downtown San Diego. It's 7 Mile Casino. Their website is 7milecasino.com. Check them out. You're a big winner at 7 Mile Casino. If you have any problems with gambling, you call 1-800-GAMBLER. All right, so fellas, we were talking with Gary Cooper, and at the end of it, I said, coming up, The Rock loves Travis Kelce. And I knew when we saw Travis Kelce on Sunday tell the mayor of Cincinnati that he's a jabroni, and he was doing his best Rock impression, I was like, that is so smart, because I saw George Kittle last week at a press conference wearing a Bill Goldberg t-shirt. Shout out to Steve Goldberg, my man, the owner of the Belly Up, and my man Phil Berkovitz as well, my two brothers at the Belly Up. I'll be there tomorrow night. Anyway, when you're an NFL player and you love a character and you rock their gear, those guys see that. They're flattered by it, and then they go out and they put it out on social media. So I saw Bill Goldberg write a whole post on Instagram about George Kittle and the way Kittle was wearing the Goldberg t-shirt. Well, when Travis Kelce did his Rock impression, it was only a matter of time before The Rock actually saw it and commented on it, if he didn't see it at the time. And this is how a guy like Travis Kelce get himself going into some movies with The Rock when his playing career is done. Alice, can you show us the tweet that The Rock sent out?
Yes, he went, Dwayne The Rock Johnson tweeted this morning, my boy said what he said. I appreciate the venomous shut yo over formal shut your at T. Kelce.
All right, so can you play for us what Kelce did after the game?
I cannot.
You cannot. It's a still photo.
Yes.
Well, the long and short of it is what Kelce did say was, and to the mayor of Cincinnati, what do you say? Something like, shut your mouth, know your role, you big jabroni. I mean,
there you go.
He busted out Dwayne Johnson's lines as The Rock. Travis Kelce is a character, you know? Him and his brother now have this podcast, which going into the Super Bowl, have you guys started to listen to the Kelce brother podcast at all?
No.
Me neither. But
No,
I have it on my radar. Like, these two guys are about to play against each other in the Super Bowl. They're brothers. This is the first time this has ever happened. Isn't that crazy, Browner? You got the Kelce brothers, and then you got the quarterbacks that are brothers. You got two sets of brothers in this Super Bowl. You feel me?
And the coach who coached both teams.
So I will say that I do think the Kelce podcast is on my radar, especially between now and the Super Bowl. I mean, will they get together and do some podcasting before the Super Bowl? I suppose so. If they don't, they're dumb, because this is when you blow your podcast up.
Whoever's in charge of that podcast, that is your only thing that you're going to do. You're going to work to make sure that they drop a podcast at some point before the Super Bowl.
Because who's the gosh, I'm losing his name, with the Warriors that has a podcast?
Draymond,
right.
Draymond.
I couldn't get Draymond. I had Green, but I had CeeLo in front of Draymond. You know what I mean?
AC Green, any Green.
I couldn't get to it. So Draymond uses his podcast, as we all know, especially during the NBA Finals. Like, he'll go get done with an NBA Finals game, go back to his hotel room, start podcasting, because he knows that people will want to listen to him in that environment. If I'm the Kelce brothers, dude, I podcast every day between now and the Super Bowl.
Well, don't go Draymond and go every day.
Well, you know what I'm getting at. You know what I'm saying.
Yeah, and I think that I don't know, because like I said, I've only seen clips on TikTok, Browner.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how much they actually talk about their own teams or how much they just talk about the NFL, because they were like roasting Zeke Elliott when they had that stupid final play against the San Francisco 49ers in the playoff game where he was the center. Like, so they talk about that stuff happening around. So I wonder if now they have to talk about themselves. Now they have to be like, hey, so we got to play each other, even though we'll never be on the field at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
That'll be fun.
Well, I think for Travis Kelce, what he said after the game and then getting The Rock, Dwayne Johnson, to comment on it, dude, that's a smart business move right there.
That's big, yeah.
That means The Rock's going to intro the Chiefs.
Oh, no. You think?
I mean, something will happen with The Rock. There is no way that opportunity. there's no way that opportunity goes unseized by The Rock, especially after his negative publicity for Black Adam.
What's Black Adam?
He got his own franchise
DC movie.
Mm-hmm.
But now I guess it's a whole thing.
It's
Scott.
over.
It's a whole thing, Scott.
It's too much to do. It's too much for us to discuss.
You won't
'cause
understand.
This isn't the platform.
You won't understand. It's just too much.
Wait,
Listen,
so you're
like
saying
he basically wanted to become the face of DC movies, and DC was like, "Yeah, we're not doing that with you." Like,
correct.
No, we have plans to revitalize this universe, and The Rock, Black Adam, is not the center of it. And The Rock's like, "Why not?"
Well, you see that? You see that, Browner? See, Browner, this is what we were talking about earlier with Tom Brady. If Tom Brady goes to the 49ers and he says to Kyle Shanahan, well, I'm here, it's my offense, Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch go, no, we want you to collaborate. And I guess The Rock thinks, based on what you guys are telling me, The Rock must think he's bigger individually than the entire DC whatever universe.
Yeah, now, that's his problem.
Now, which is bigger? Is DC bigger or is Marvel bigger?
Well, okay. That's a very tough question, but to answer it very simply, DC is bigger, but it's poorly performed at the box office. Marvel is smaller, but it's been a juggernaut at the box office. So Marvel at this point in time is bigger and more popular, while people who actually follow it know that DC is better because they have better, more household characters: Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, etc. Iron Man, all those characters, Captain America, they just became big again due to Marvel. But Batman, Superman have had standalone movies for generations.
Yeah, if I'm in the Rock business right now, how much longer is The Rock going to be The Rock? I mean, look.
Have you seen some of his movies? Forever.
Yeah, but come on. He's now in his 50s. He can't keep this physique like this forever. You know, his body's going to change. What?
Well,
What do you
steroids
mean
will keep that body for as long as
women go from flat chested to big boobs, from no booty to big booty, somehow through the Brazilian magician medical marvel. I think The Rock can figure it out.
Dude,
Yeah.
the Rock. Well, I would look at this. I wonder how old Arnold Schwarzenegger was when he did his last film where his body was featured as part of it. You know, because The Rock.
The Expendables, like 3.
I don't know. I mean, how old was Schwarzenegger at the time? You know, like The Rock's in his 50s, probably in his early 50s right now. The body's not going to stay like that. He can't be an action adventure hero at 75 years old.
The Rock is just turned. Well, not just turned. The Rock is 50 though.
Okay, he's 50.
Like that's nothing. Like you seen Jennifer Lopez lately? You seen Jennifer Aniston lately? Like they're like 60 almost.
No.
Right.
Hold on, relax. Don't get crazy. How old do you think Jennifer Aniston is?
Isn't she
Late
like
50s?
No, she's not.
Oh, she's 53.
53.
Here we go.
Mm-hmm.
How old's J-Lo?
Ooh, that's a good question.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, listen, Tom Brady's playing quarterback in the NFL at 45. Dwayne Johnson can keep pumping up his body with weights and whatever else he's taking, whatever substances. Wait, how old is who?
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
They're both 53.
J-Lo's 53?
Yes.
And Jennifer Aniston's 53.
Yes.
And you know who's turning 53 this year?
You.
You're looking at him right here.
Mm-hmm.
You're looking at him.
So of the 3, who looks better?
Dwayne Johnson, Jennifer Aniston, or J-Lo?
And you guys are all the same age.
Oh, well, I'm
Who
number
looks better?
4. I'm down at the bottom.
Okay.
But I would say that the 3 of them all had medically enhanced help. in
Really?
One way or another.
I don't know anything about it. What Jennifer Aniston had done.
I mean, come on.
Come on, guy. What are we doing?
Come on, guy.
You seen
Really?
Friends
Really?
and you seen her
Really?
face now? Is almost a different
Really?
face. Dude.
Are you
J-Lo, J-Lo's, I think her ass has gone from huge to small to huge as well, you know, like, come on.
Come on.
Come on, guy.
Come on, guy.
Come on.
Come on,
Come
guy.
on. And The Rock, all right. Yeah,
Come on,
listen,
guy.
Yeah, I seen your cheat day, dude. Like, what else are you cheating?
Right.
All right. Hey, give me 1
Own
minute.
it.
Let me have 1 minute. I want to talk about this Colorado Rockies owner and his criticism of the Padres ownership. We'll get there in 1 second. Before we do, Alex, you got to give us a heads up. So today is Tuesday.
Yeah.
This is when you usually take your injection from iThrive MD.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw that picture you sent to us earlier today from your wedding, which is going back to early November.
Yeah.
Great picture.
I mean, it's a beautiful picture, but I mean, there's no doubt that you're probably 20 pounds lighter between then and now. So I'm just wondering how things are going. And I want to invite everybody.
Yeah.
Should, if you want to, if you're thinking about losing weight and you can't work out like Dwayne Johnson
Mm-hmm.
and you're not getting medically enhanced like these others that we're talking about, and you don't have the discipline to diet properly, iThrive can help you lose weight, and you don't have to change your lifestyle. Go to our website, kaplanandcrew.com, click on the iThrive link. You'll learn all about iThrive Lean. How's it going, Alex?
Everything's going great. Took the injection today. Last week was the first week that I've upped my dosage just a good amount. So now I feel like I'm starting all over again almost. I feel like the acceleration of weight loss has definitely accelerated here in the last week or so. Because I know month 3 or 4, I was still losing weight, but it was very, very small. And so we upped the dosage a little bit, and now it's kind of back to a lot. So it's going very well. Very,
So
very well.
they've upped your dosage. So you've gone from, you lost all this weight, then you hit a plateau, and now they've upped the dosage, and now you're expected to lose even more?
Right. And I would say since I started taking that dosage, it's probably been like 3 pounds in a week. So I do feel a little bit different because I almost felt like I was getting, um, like I said, a plateau is a perfect word. Like that's where I was. And now we're increasing it for like another month or two, and then we'll see what happens after that.
Damn, dude. You are like the show guinea pig right now. It's true.
I know. I
Seriously.
should put that on my resume.
Right. Like, I mean,
I don't have a resume, but I should put it on my resume.
right. I mean, here's a guy who bought a house through Gary Cooper, Mountain Trust Realty.
Mhm.
Here's a guy who bought a car through PenskeSanDiego.com. And here's a guy who's lost 35 pounds with iThrive MD. What else?
And they all work, which is like the important thing.
Right. That's right. You get your weed at Torrey Holistics?
California.
Oh, okay. You go to California.
Mhm.
You ever play blackjack down at 7 Mile Casino?
No, but I've gone to Sammy's at 7 Mile Casino.
Okay. And do you like athletic greens?
I took athletic greens, but now with iThrive, I was like, I haven't taken it recently.
Okay. Well, you've done a great job of being the guinea pig for all of our sponsors. We appreciate you, buddy.
I also got a future sponsor already in my house.
Yeah. What do you got?
The pillow.
Oh, right. Oh, you got the pillow.
Yeah, it got delivered.
Yeah. Anybody who's watching.
Wait, where's my pillow at?
Do you want one?
Nah.
It's a massive pillow, dude.
Dude, it's huge.
It's a massive pillow.
This
Mars not a fan of it. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, and it's expensive too.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you this: if you're watching our TV show on Channel 4, you're seeing that in the commercial break, there's a little 6-minute interview we do with a company here in San Diego called MedCline. They're here, they're local, but they're going to sell $20 million worth of pillows worldwide. And what's the kid's name? He was the quarterback at Penn State, who's now a backup quarterback in the NFL. McSorley, does that sound
Trace
right?
McSorley?
Yeah. And he did like this TikTok where he talked about this pillow, not because he was being paid. He just was like, dude, I found this pillow. It's the greatest thing ever. I can put my arm underneath and I don't have this pressure on my arm. And it blew up. And the guy who runs the company here in town, the CEO of the company, he's like, hey, we want to come work with you on the radio side. But right now we don't have the supply because these TikTok videos have destroyed our supply.
Yeah.
Crazy. All right. Do you like the pillow?
Yeah, it takes a little getting used to. It
Yeah,
really
it does.
does.
It
It
does.
really does take a little getting used to. So I don't know how long I have to use it to get used to it, but it does. It's a little different sleep. It's a lot different sleep. That's
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah, they're going to come join us in March, so we'll have more information about that. All right, so listen, let me jump into some other things here. So I would never know who the owner of the Colorado Rockies baseball team is. I would never know who that guy is or person. And we were reading today that he is really not happy with the Padres. Feels like the owners who are out there spending, I'll say frivolously, they're hurting the guys like him. Because look, I'm not going to say that Denver is a small market, but it's a mid-sized market. But hey, you know what? Nobody in San Diego is going to feel sorry for you, pal. Okay, you got an NFL team, a Major League Baseball team, an NHL team, an NBA team. Do they have an MLS team? Denver have an MLS team? I don't know. So my point is this: Denver's a great sports city. But if you think you're going to tell San Diego Padre fans that their owner is being irresponsible with his spending and it's hurting guys like you, tough. Because guys like us have been on the receiving end of that forever.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, for the longest time, the Padres they told us, can't keep up with the Dodgers, can't keep up with the Giants, certainly not going to keep up with the Mets or the Yankees or the Red Sox or whoever else. And we can just keep it to National League, Chicago Cubs. So if you're in Denver and you're the owner of the Rockies and you're criticizing Peter Seidler and the Padres because of the way they've spent because they want to win, and it's hurting your business. Tough luck, pal. Tough luck for you. Alex, can you show us what he said that has made news?
Yes. This is a long quote, but it's a good quote. Speaking about these owners that's spending the money, he says, quote, "That puts a lot of pressure on us. But it's not just the Padres. It's the Mets. It's the Phillies. This has been an interesting year. What the Padres are doing, I don't 100% agree with, though I know that our fans probably agree with it. We'll see how it works out. I look at the Padres, and they have a really talented team, but they have some holes too. They've got 3, maybe 4 starting pitchers, and they are sort of like us. They have Joe Musgrove, Blake Snell, and you Darvish, so I don't know. They have spent a lot of money, and they will have to spend a lot more if they want to keep Juan Soto, but it does put a lot of pressure on you. Yes, it does."
So, look, Mr. Owner of the Rockies.
Can I help you?
Oh, feel free.
Can I help you? Hey, Dick, how's it going?
Dick is his first name, right? Just want to make sure we're clear on that.
Yeah, of course. When you went out and you spent all that money on Chris Bryant, who had a problem with it? Nobody. Didn't you write a huge check for one of your third basemen that you didn't trade it, if I'm not mistaken? So it's okay when you write the checks and they don't work out. But when someone else writes the checks in the same interest of improving their team, you disagree with it and you think it's bad? This is a big boy business. The winners have to spend money. And if you want to try to make it seem like you're trying by doing this Chris Bryant thing and then abandoning a plan a year and a half later, which is what you're going to do with Chris Bryant, you can fool your fans, man. You can't fool people who are outside of that bubble. You're a trash owner, and if you don't want to put the money up, then shut the hell up and beat the Cincinnati Reds, man. We love 12 to 16 easy wins a year off y'all. We already knocking y'all fans out. Don't make us knock you out.
That's a great punch.
We knocking your fans out. Oh my God. When you said that, I literally had to remember the Padre fan walking down the seats. There's that Rockies fan, 2 people standing up, and the Padre fan just slugs the dude right in the face. Boom. Knocked him out.
Mm-hmm. Down goes the Rockies.
Yeah. Well, I mean, listen, I'd say this to the owner of the Rockies. Hey, look, if you don't have the money to play with the big boys, then why are you in this business?
Exactly.
And look, here's the thing. The Padres forever did not have the money to play with the Dodgers. Somehow they've come up with it. And mostly because Peter Seidler, it's not just Peter's money. You know, Peter got a whole lot of investors that are part of this organization. And I don't remember the gentleman's name. He's one of the wealthiest guys in Mexico, and he's a lot of the money behind Peter. Peter's the face guy. I mean, Peter took over from Ron Fowler as the face guy, but there's a lot of wealthy people that are part of Padres ownership. And those people have to keep putting in money so that the Padres can do what they're doing. Look, do a lot of people go to Petco? Sure. Do they buy a lot of beer and a lot of merch? Yeah. Is there a TV deal? Yes, it's in place. Is it like the Dodgers? No, it's not. Nonetheless, if you want to win, it costs money to get the best talent. And Peter and his investors have put up the money to go out there and spend it on the best talent. And now that they've got the taste of winning, now that they've got the that feeling of what winning is like, of how San Diego goes crazy, how the ballpark is electric, dude, they're going to want more like a drug. So they're going to keep putting money in until they get what they want, which is a World Series. A lot of organizations don't operate that way. A lot of organizations are just like, hey, we're a business. We would like to not lose money. We like to break even. We like to make money. But the Padres were never in the winning business. Now they are.
It's really interesting when you take a look at net worth for ownership. You know, I think I'm only seeing about 6 people that own a team that are not at least a billionaire. Senor Monfort is one of them.
He is or is not?
Is one of them. He is a person that does not have a net worth of over $1 billion. He's at $700 million. The other owners, and you can put all the puzzle pieces together and how these franchises are going. You have the Rockies, the Reds, the Rays,
Mm-hmm.
the Marlins, the
Really?
Diamondbacks, and the Brewers.
Those are all
What about the
teams that are
Royals?
owned by people that are not billionaires?
Yes.
Interesting.
The Royals guy
Funny.
just got in there.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's funny where they're at in the standings, with the exception
Except like
of
the
Tampa,
Rays,
who-
but the way the Rays operate, they're a very
They'll be
different
back at the
brand
bottom.
of success. But they're a different brand of
Right.
success. The way
What
they
about
do.
Oakland?
I just closed the list.
Oh, well.
Yeah. But those dudes got money. They just want to spend it in Oakland.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'll just say this.
$2.6 billion.
Who is?
The John Fisher owns the Athletics.
And he's worth $2.6 billion?
Mhm.
And he's got a payroll of like under $40 million?
Mm-hmm.
That's embarrassing. It really is.
Yeah.
All right, we got a lot more we still haven't even touched yet today. It is Tuesday afternoon. This is Kaplan and Crew. We're in the 7 Mile Casino Studios with Grande and the Brown Man. We're back in a sec.
You're watching Kaplan and Crew Tonight, powered by the mightier 1090 AM, ESPN Radio, and Your View, featuring the best sports talk in SoCal. Brought to you by MedCline. Sleep better, feel better, live better.
Locally owned and operated, not some bland, uninspired, corporate, cookie-cutter radio station crap. We simply say to those stations, Q. The mightier 1090 ESPN Radio, SoCal Sports Talk.
Murray Lampert now brings architectural and interior design to a whole new level for your remodel, ADU, or whole house build.
We're truly a team at Murray Lampert Design, Build, Remodel, and we don't take that lightly.
Visit murraylampert.com.
This is a huge wall. I'm sure it presented some challenges.
You're right, Sarah. And what it was in the model we noticed there it was too much wood. This was supposed to be clad. And with the beautiful stairs and railings, we realized that we need to come up with a different finish. So we used these reglets that are metal with the drywall, and it gave it this grid look that also matches up with the beams.
Wow, that came out beautiful. If you want to see how they conquered more design challenges, check out Our Family, Your Home.
When you're in pain, you need physical therapy that works, but you want to feel safe during these times. At La Mesa Rehab, your health is our business. We screen each patient, provide masks, and constantly sanitize our private individual treatment areas so you can focus on healing. The foundation of our physical therapy is education. Our therapists care and guide you through the healing process. Ask your doctor about La Mesa Rehab.
The best care you can have at La Mesa Rehab.
When you're adding companion units or ADUs to bring more value to your home, our experience plus our strong relationship with the city makes adding on easier for our homeowners.
At Murray Lampert, we listen to you first, then design and build. Visit murraylampert.com.
If you're going to count yourself as a fan of this radio station, you'll need to continuously ask yourself one basic question. Am I listening enough? Pro tip, wives are not a good source for input on this. This is the mightier 1090 AM ESPN Radio.
When you're adding companion units or ADUs to bring more value to your home, our experience plus our strong relationship with the city makes adding on easier for our homeowners.
At Murray Lampert, we listen to you first, then design and build. Visit murraylampert.com.
We're adopting dogs from local shelters, training them for post 9/11 combat veterans, and we're able to donate these trained dogs to deserving veterans in need. Service dogs can range anywhere from $15,000 to $35,000, $40,000. And for someone getting out of the military that's seeking support and help, having that sort of price tag is daunting. So we really wanted to be able to support the veterans to make sure that they're getting a dog that they need in their life at no charge.
You know, I was in a very dark place. I was having suicidal thoughts, and I really needed an immediate help. We don't know if tomorrow is going to be there for us. So I found Shelter the Soldier online, and I reached out, and somebody contacted me within 24 hours. And in the next couple of weeks, I was already in the program meeting dogs.
Your View Community Spotlight is brought to you by Bill Howe Plumbing, Heating, Air, and Flood.
Hey, everybody, this is Scott Kaplan from Kaplan and Crew Tonight here on Cox Your View. Just want to tell everybody that Cox TV home base throughout Southern California, but you can get us on radio on 1090. You can get us on our YouTube channel, all the different audio podcast platforms. And I want to say thank you very much to a San Diego-based company that's selling all over the world. That's MedCline, MEDCLINE, medcline.com. They're going to change the way you sleep They're our sponsor this month, and we appreciate you guys. Visit MedCline.com.
Thank you for joining us. Catch Scott Kaplan and Crew tonight from 7 to 8 p.m. Pacific every Monday through Friday. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and Crew show on the mightier 1090 AM ESPN Radio, SoCal Sports Talk.